World of Warcraft, the pinnacle of MMORPGs. It's a game for the min-maxers, the lorehounds, the collectors. And then there's me. I'd call myself part of the casual player base, but I want to turn from a casual player into a 100% new zones casual player. So here's the challenge: complete 100% on all the things for 11.2 before the new expansion launches. This is Race to Midnight. First up, before we get into some of the actual content, let's discuss some goals. Over time, these will be changed, added to, and in some rare instances, potentially removed. So I've added an asterisk. No, I am not a zone locked account, and this is not a Zero to Hero series, so therefore there are no rules. But in terms of goals, there are three main categories that this series will cover. Each category will be broken down into further detail when required, but for the purposes of this introduction, I want to keep it simple. Goal 1, collecting. The primary focus of this account is to collect all that is available in Koresh using the All the Things add-on. I will not be using account mode, just the main character I play on. Which leads me into Goal 2, Mistweaver. Although I've played WoW for the last 12 years, I've never once dabbled in healing, just hitting things as hard as I can. So this season I've committed myself to learning the ropes, the class, and aim to achieve 3k rating for that coveted mount. Goal 3, ahead of the curve. I'm not a fool. I'm not going to be able to 100% all the appearances in the new raid. However, after achieving AOTC with my guild for Season 1 and Season 2, whilst collecting as many appearances as I can, we will once again be going for the title, which as a first time healer will be a challenge all in itself. Enough of the boring stuff. Let's get into some of the juicier content. I started patch day with a trip to the Dark Moon Fair for a 60-minute reputation bonus. Quick disclaimer, I completely forgot I needed to do this hourly for Sweaty Gaming Games and haven't returned back there since. Myself and a few friends jumped straight into the campaign to achieve the new artifact cloak, the Reshi Wraps. As far as content goes, I found the story to be intuitive, exciting, and almost all that I'd hoped it to be. As it's only week 1, we can only access the first 3 chapters of the new campaign, so that leaves me with many questions left to be answered. Along the way, we touched some books for lore, found some treasures, and killed a couple of rares for a bit of progress towards some achievements. The primary focus for this week is collecting, as the true season content is locked behind waiting until reset day. This gives the perfect opportunity to dive into some of the collection content and make a start on that percentage. The War Within introduced delves, and in order to upgrade our Reshi Wraps to the max rank this week, which is level 3, we decided to just speedrun the new delve, Archival Assault, which of course gave us some achievements, followed up by the occasional rare kill. We then launched ourselves into some Mythic0, hoping for some juicy drops in preparation for season launch next week. Let's start with Arakara. Our target from this dungeon is the fabled Arakara Sackbreed trinket. We got nothing, and of course, nothing. Next up is Priory of the Sacred Flame. Here we are after the signet of the Priory trinket, but as expected, we got nothing, and finally a DPS trinket, which isn't even showing on the Wowhead Mistweaver tier list. With my head in my hands and a failed attempt at getting any loot from the New World boss, I finished off day 1. Day 2, fresh head. We quickly sent a Dawnbreaker in hopes of getting either the trinket, the empowering crystal of Anubikaj, or the Devout Zealot's ring. But, as expected, the dungeon dropped absolutely nothing for me. Into an Operation Floodgate, which awarded me some lovely 681 eye-level champion track boots. Next up was Halls of Atonement. Again, no drops, but was interesting doing this dungeon on Mythic difficulty, as when I played Shadowlands I only barely scraped the surface with high level content. And finally, the new dungeon Ecodome, which awarded me with another trinket and some new achievements. Before launching into the next few delves, I started seeing these ethereal pocket storage start spamming my screen from the rare scanner add-on, so I decided to collect a few and managed to get this 2-handed weapon transmog. Super cool appearance for sure. I then spent the rest of the evening re-killing a few rares, completing the phase diving introduction for another achievement, and flying all the way over to the corner of the map for for the Exploring Koresh achievement. Nice and easy. After finding another Mog appearance, I was then lucky enough to obtain my first mount of the patch, which I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name of. Looks cool though. Then using the coins I got from the Phase Diving Weekly, I got myself another mount, the Acidic Void Creeper. Next up was recompleting the Delve Progress, which must be done every season. But, for the first time, my group of friends decided to carry Bran all the way up to completing a tier 11 Delve, which was not just my first time, but also his. I managed to complete all the side quests and achieve the Sojourner of Koresh achievement, and went on a small excursion petting the named Perkins for the Dangerous Prowlers of Koresh achievement. Kaiveza then very quickly whooped my ass, so I could obtain, unintentionally by the way, the Let Her Solo Me achievement. I'll be back here to return the favour in the future. The Spirit of Ekrio Mount Weekly was up, so whilst not part of Koresh, I decided to quickly smash this one out too. With pretty much everything available to me done for the week, it was time to fly around, open some Mog caches, and pick up one last achievement, Archival Assault Discoveries. Remember, always open your sturdy chests. Which leads me on to the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and if you've made it this far, this is my plea for advice. This is my first time doing anything like this, so every comment is an opportunity to learn and grow. I've already started to change my UI to make it more viewer friendly, my recording style, and hopefully throw in some live audio. This is only the start, and as the rest of the patch starts to open up, the content should only get more juicy. I hope to have you come along on the ride, and if you want to see more, then please consider subscribing. Thanks.